Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I thought I would chat with you guys and gals today about this whole idea, that people have that you just can't lift really heavy weights past age 40. And it's interesting because, you know, when I talk to the younger guys, I'll see younger guys who are like, oh, for someone who's been lifting as long as you sure are weak and small. You know, like when I'm doing a 500-pound box squat right here with no sleeves. It's like, okay, bros. You do it. But that aside, you know, you get that. But then by that same token, when I talk to guys who are 35, 40, 45, they're scared of heavy weights, right? They're scared of heavy weights. And this is actually my biggest demographic, our clients who are like, hey, man, I can't handle that, right? I can't do this. No, man. And, you know, people are terrified of it. They're just like, well, at this point, I'm just going to come in and maintain. I'm not going to make gains anymore. And it's like, why, guys? Why can't you come in and make gains? I mean, again, watch what I'm doing. You're just going to see in the background in this video, literally doing a 500-pound box squat. You see me doing work sets of 500 on the deadlift that aren't even close to failure. Doing rep work with 315 on the bench, weighted pull-ups of 45 pounds. Okay, those are work sets. Work sets. I'm 48. Making gains, like we're making progress still. You know, so it's these ideas that people have, you know, it fascinates me. But here's what I'm going to say. Am I saying that age is just a number and it's all in your head? No, I'm not saying that at all. Saying that we can do this still. And it's not as high risk as people want to make it out to be. You just have to pay attention to certain things. You don't have the same leeway you did when you were young, right? To where you can just flop weight around, all the ego lifting. But when you start setting aside ego lifting and you step in and you use good form, good, clean, correct form where you stay tight. People need to understand that staying tight thing, okay? Means even if you use body English on something like a row, all right? Means even if you use body English on something like a row, we don't get squirrely with it, okay? We stay tight. You keep that mind-muscle connection. We don't let stuff get loose. Means like on our bench press, you don't get sloppy at the bottom. Like that's how I see more injuries from guys already don't have their wrist stacked correctly. You know, what do they do on the bench? It starts to get hard. So they do that little elbow pop at the bottom, right? They get loose. They bring their elbows up and then pop them back down, right? They get that looseness, put that torque on the shoulder. And then they're like, oh, my shoulder hurts. Okay. All right, this is a problem. You got to learn to stay tight. You got to learn to pause, but then stay tight when you do it, right? When you get in, you drive. You use the pecs to drive it. You don't try to use some little shoulder torque and pop it. Use your pecs and to some extent maybe your lats to help pop those triceps up. Okay? Like what you guys see me doing here. Nice solid white grip. We get in tight, and that's what we do. Okay? The other thing, you have to think in terms of total load. You can't come in and just do tons and tons of heavy lifting. That's what breaks guys. How many guys are like, I'm going to come in and bench heavy 3-4 days a week? Yeah, it builds great power lifters and you're broke. 35, you're done lifting. All right? Do more than 3 heavy sets. 1 to 3 heavy sets of bench per week and we are done. That's at the absolute most. Okay? That's it. We don't try to do more than that. There's no need. Everything else is hypertrophy work. Now, can some of it be heavy? Can some of it be 5 to 6 reps? Sure. Right? And you'll see me doing some of that with incline. You see me doing here with pull-ups, 5 to 6 rep sets. But notice the difference. I go to a dead hang. Also, pull-up. Notice I just worry about hypertrophy. I only care about the lats. I don't care about, hey, can I figure out how to swing up over the bar? No, I just care about building my lats. You want the stretch at the bottom, get the dead hang. You come up to your scapula come together while keeping the chest up. And that's it. Just take the lats through the full range of motion. And do it strict. No need to cheat. Okay? You're just working muscles. And keep everything tight. Keep everything tight. And that's it. Right? So this is what we need to do on all of our big movements. good form, stay tight, know your safe ranges of motion, your safe techniques. All right? Then everything else needs to be hypertrophy. We have to build tissue up, okay? If you're going to lift heavy, it has to be, hey, I have to build support musculature. I have to build tendons. Like, you need to actually get jacked, right? You need to actually get jacked. You need to be going, hey, if I'm going to bench, I should probably work my biceps to get better elbow stability. I should probably work the tendons around, my triceps so that my elbows don't hurt. I should probably build my rear delts. I should probably build my traps so that I have better stabilization on the bench. Have better control of the eccentric rep where it touches. Okay? Looking at, are your tendons being loaded in a positive or negative way? Same thing, you see me curling here. Notice something, wrists are cocked back so that I don't get tendon problems in my forearms by turning it into a wrist curl. Okay? Everything you have to think in this way. And you need hypertrophy work. We need volume. Right? That is going to be the name of the game. Everything is about gaining muscle, gaining tendons, and doing so with thinking in terms of stimulus to fatigue in good form. Right? We build muscle, build muscle, build muscle. Your heavy work has to be limited. It cannot be the primary focus of your training. That's why, for me, the dad bod to daddy system is a power building type system. Right? We do some heavy work on a few lifts so that we are strong, so we do have that muscle density, so that we can display that strength. And then everything else, we just get jacked. Come in and build muscle. And we need to be lean because, again, controlling inflammation. You need to have a good balanced diet, lots of antioxidants, lots of protein, healthy fats like omega-3. We have to control inflammation. We need the tendon growth. So this is where it's like we need some of this high rep band stuff. We need some of the higher rep pump work for certain muscles to get blood flow to the tendons. We need to overload protein so that, again, our tendon health goes up. This is the name of the game if you are going to be super strong as you get older. Okay, and it works. You can have that old man strength. When people say that, they'll watch me even do, rep work with an axle bar with 400 pounds on the deadlift. They're like, well, okay, this is old man strength. All right, get under, do a straight up box squat. Pause on that box with 500 pounds. A 12-inch box and just stand up with it. Okay? Power. And again, old man strength, be strong top to bottom. That's part of the long game. You can't have weaknesses. You can't have weak forearms. You can't have weak hamstrings. Build that stuff. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.